I want to talk to you today about why we need to abolish grades, because grading actually works to sabotage our greatest efforts to teach good character education. And arguably at the heart of good character education is serving others. The problem with grades is that they breed selfishness. Their grades are very narcissistic, and they encourage children to look inward rather than outward. One of the problems is that grading creates an artificial competition. And if I were to ask any teacher what is their ideal class average, I will get a number of responses back. And unfortunately, one of the most common responses is someone might say 75%, a B. And the problem with this response is that it isn't 100, and it isn't an A. It isn't ultimate perfection, or mastery, whatever those are. And the problem with this is that I have to phrase it this way, because if I were to ask people, how many of you mark on the curve, which is the worst way to use grades, many middle school teachers, elementary teachers, or high school teachers will say, "Well, I don't have to worry because I don't mark on a curve." But I would argue subconsciously we actually too often do mark on a curve, because the higher standards movement, by its very nature, demands that not all students can actually achieve mastery or achieve the ultimate goal of an A or 100%. The proof is in the pudding here, where if I were to offer up an example, what if a teacher reported on the next standardized test, statewide or provincial-wide standardized test, that every kid in their class achieved 100%? Or on the report card, or on a project that the teacher marked. I mean, what would be the likelihood that the public would say, "Wow, that teacher really worked their ass off to get those kids to accomplish that"? I mean, it's laughable. That reaction would not be what we get. Instead, it is far more likely that the reaction from government, from policymakers, and maybe even parents, is that we would say, well, that teacher's just too easy on those kids. And so this is why I say we subconsciously mark on a curve, because the higher standards movement says that in order to prove that the standards are high enough, rigorous enough, then a portion of the population of our children are made to fail. And so when we do this, kids will naturally, artificially, see each other's as competitors. They'll see their neighbors as this obstacle to be conquered, because in the end, if the point of school is to achieve high grades, to collect as many high grades as you can, if you don't try to collect them, no one's going to collect them for you. And so it's kind of a dog-eat-dog world, where the kids, the students, are made to compete against each other. A perfect example, though, of where this goes wrong is if there's two students and they've been assigned to work together, and one's a dud and one's really smart and works really hard, and the other one not so much. You might even label them perhaps as lazy. Then there's an inequality. But grades force the kids to see the wrong inequality. They force the kids to see the credit inequality. This credit inequality I speak of is that the smart kid, the kid that's going to work hard, is going to see the other kid as an albatross, as this kid that they wish they were never had to be placed with, and they might even blame the teacher for teaming them up with this other kid. And so it's a fight for credit. It's a fight for the marks. When really what we'd like to see is that the true inequality here is that one kid's learning and one is not. If it's a learning inequality, then the kid that is learning would look at the other and say, "I'm going to serve you. I'm going to help you. I'm going to work with you because I think it's unfair that I'm learning and you're not." But if we force kids to see the marks and the credit, then they would just rather not have to work with the other kid at all. In fact, they might even say, I would be better off if you weren't even a part of my class. We know that collaboration trumps competition. No one of us is as smart as all of us. It's time we actually start doing this. I teach middle school in Canada, and I blog at joebauer.org.